I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars learning things. A lot of money was wasted on programs, but like hypnosis, neurolinguistic programming, marketing, advertising, communication, leadership, business management, managing metrics, like understanding business numbers. Like most insurance agents don't even know what the hell churn is. And it blows my mind. Like you could fix your business simply by decreasing your churn, making your people more profitable. But it's like, that's really what got me in the coaching space. And what tipped it off was a Alex Hormozi video where he was in Russell Brunson's mastermind. And he said, Russell told him he had a level 10 skill set and a level 2 opportunity. And I was like, you know what? I'm the agent in this agency who is doing 80% of the work, 80% of the numbers. When me and my team left and the people that I was with left, the numbers dropped by more than 50%. And I was like, we were the horse pulling the carriage. And the moment that people showed their true colors, I left, because you get what you tolerate. I'm not going to tolerate half-assed relationships. I'm not going to tolerate people getting blackout, like wasted at events, because you are who you hang out with. 90% of our thinking comes from other people. I did not want that to represent itself in my life and influence me. So I cut the relationships off. Even though I loved these people, I had nothing but the utmost respect for them. But my beliefs surpassed theirs, and I found a better opportunity vehicle. Because I had all these insurance agents coming up to me at events, DMing me, calling me, saying, hey, do you do coaching? Hey, can you help me? Hey, can you help me do this? And it's like, I might as well charge for it because what I do works. Yeah. And then you'll have two types of agents, the one who have reasons and the ones who have results. The people who don't see success in my coaching programs, I literally just made a Facebook post about this morning. They make excuses for everything. They have these unrealistic expectations that the industry should be a certain way and it should conform to them and rap. No, it is what it is. But they have all these limiting beliefs. They have trauma and habits that they never dealt with from childhood. Like they picked up passivity from watching their parents get walked all over by their grandparents. And so now they let their clients walk all over them. Like they just never work on themselves. They don't have the emotional intelligence necessary to succeed in this industry. They're not critical thinkers. They don't want to solve problems, and they don't want what they say they want. Yeah. Most people just are not willing to sacrifice what is required. That's the ugly side of entrepreneurship. You see all these people who are buying Lamborghinis, and like they're not even buying them most of the time. They're renting them for pictures to sell you on the dream on Instagram. Like when people can't afford freedom and optionality, they will buy things that give off the representation or like the illusion of. And people buy into the like why I charge so much is because I don't want to work with bad clients. Sure. Bad clients will bankrupt your business. That's simple. I'm not going to be dealing with chargebacks and all that stuff. I'm not going to. So I work with people who are coachable, value the same things as me, and believe in me.
It makes perfect sense.
Then you have the agents who, because they saw someone else do it, they know they can do it. So here comes the belief. It brings in fulfillment, helping other people. They have struggled for a majority of their life, which means they have emotional intelligence, critical thinking, and an ability to solve their problems. One of the questions I ask to join my coaching program is like, I give them a scenario or I see how they've dealt with problems in their life. Someone who is emotionally intelligent and is critical like they have a proclivity towards solving problems, they will know how they overcome. The other people just say, well, I just did this thing. Like, if you give me a bad answer, I don't care how bad you want the coaching. I'm not going to work with you because, one, you're going to go tell everybody that this doesn't work simply because you were not willing to put in the work. Right. You implemented a $300 sales program and wrote $25,000 of business. There's no excuse for anybody. It's public. You gave me an unbiased review. Did I ask you to lie about anything before the call?
Not at all.
Oh. I put myself on the spot. I asked for negative feedback and you couldn't even give me any.
Yeah, absolutely. You're dead on. Most people don't want what they say they want or don't want to put in the work, and the time.
Winners and losers have the same goal, but only the winners are willing to pay the price. They're willing to sacrifice.
And, for any agent out there who's maybe struggled with the whole work aspect of it, when I was working for somebody else, I worked 45, 50, 60 hours a week sometimes. On a regular basis, at least 50 hours a week. And what I had to face myself with was, okay, look, does it make sense for you to put more effort and work into fulfilling someone else's dream and building up someone else's pockets than you're willing to put in on your own. If you can work 50 hours for somebody else, you can certainly put in, I mean, good grief, 30, 40 hours working for yourself. And honestly, if you do that even just for a little while to get decent at your script, at your presentation, you're not going to have to put in crazy hours for very long. Like, it's very hard to talk to 100 people and not sell somebody. It's pretty tough.
Most agents just don't get in front of enough people. Dan Kennedy says something that I love on his No BS. I forget what book it is, but it's like, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing well. Most people,
Absolutely.
They do the doing well part very well. They just do stuff that's not even worth doing.
Right.
Like, oh, let me go learn about every product and get contracted with 36 carriers. Pick 2 or 3, stick with them. You can call the sales desk for any. Why ask your upline for product knowledge when you can call the people who own and sell the product? Call the insurance company, call the sales desk, and they'll walk you through who will get approved, when it's for, when to apply it. Where better to get information from.
Absolutely. It's all kinds of little things. You can end up wasting a lot of time. I know I have these last couple of months. One of the reasons I've put more in, of course, I've put more work in, but I've also gotten more efficient in my process. How are you getting your information on what you're going to present, and not trying to always find the cheapest company, even sometimes, like who's going to give the best service?
Do you know where this is taught?
Where?
Schools. They teach you there's only one way to solve a problem. Don't ask for help. Keep your eyes on your own paper.
This is true.
The education system has failed us. It makes us conform. It's brainwashing. It's programming. There's literally a patent on TV called like nervous system control. That's why it's called a TV program.
Yep.
It's disgusting how strong the indoctrination is in this world.
Yeah, very true.
It's disgusting how strong the indoctrination is, because there's more than one way to solve problems, especially being an entrepreneur. And when you grasp that, I promise you make more insurance sales, because you start looking at layering and laddering policies, supplementing with an accidental to drive down the cost and still have the same amount of cut. Like, you can solve, there's more than one way to skin a cat. But it's like, that working hours thing, I used to work 80 to 90 hours a week when I was building electric motors, being a machinist, whatever. I traveled to Australia for a year. I did that for 5 years of my life, every day, straight out of high school. There was 1 month I worked 12-hour shifts for 4 months in a row, no days off. Don't come to me with your excuses about focus and not putting in the hours. Like, people with money understand how time is. They understand the concept of how time works, and they spend it wisely. You'll work 80 hours, 40 hours of overtime for someone else, but you're not even willing to put in 20 focused hours, billable hours, into yourself. Like, if you actually worked 20 hours a week in the insurance industry, you would not have to worry about money anymore.
Absolutely not. Put in the time to get good. Put in the time to learn your flow, to learn your script, to learn how to talk to people. You said this to me, a couple months ago. You and I had a phone conversation. You might not even remember this, but
everything's recorded. I listen to them all the time because I get better at what I do.
Oh, wow. This conversation we had, this is when I signed up for the coaching course for the 28-day challenge. What you said to me, you asked me at the time, you said, how much have you put in so far? And at the time, I think I had maybe submitted like 15,000 somewhere around there, went over the numbers like, hey, so you're averaging putting in like $4,000 a month. And you asked me, how much are your bills? And I told you how much my bills were. And you said, okay, so basically you're negative this much. I said, well, yeah, pretty much. And what you said to me next, it kind of shook me, man. You said, if you keep on this track, you're going to be out of this business in 6 months. You're not going to make any money. You're going to say the business isn't. You're going to be one of the failed agents. That's just what's going to happen if you don't straighten this out. When you said that, it was like something just in my brain kind of felt like it kind of clicked. Like it wasn't a matter of I need to get other information or I need to do. It was just a matter of, hey, like I have to do something different right now. You know what I mean? Like, because people will tell you you're doing well based off of other people. And, 92% of agents are said to fail in this business. So for some people, the fact that you stick around is a success to them.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's Mason VanMeter. Just a brief moment of your time. This is important, I promise, and we'll get right back into the video. I understand that most people that watch my videos, funnily enough, are not actually insurance agents. You're a family, you're a brother, you're a mother, father, sister, whatever the case is, and we all know social media is not going anywhere. Now, I know most of you are probably going to have some type of financial burden that you're going to leave behind in the event that something unfortunately happens to you. Now, what we see on social media is 99% of these insurance agents pitching these ideas like infinite banking, tax-free retirement, and to be quite honest, most of them do not know how to structure these policies at all. Now, why is it important to you? Because they're going to put their own pocket bank first. They're going to put their commission raise first. They're going to put this free trip to Hawaii, all expenses paid, first. How are they going to do that? They're going to screw you over on an insurance policy that they were taught to drive up target premiums on. That way they get a fatter commission deposit. And I think that's wrong. So before you buy into one of these concepts that these people just clearly do not know how to use. So before you buy into one of these get-rich-quick schemes as one of these TikTok or social media insurance agents showed you, understand that they're putting their best interest first instead of your best interest. And I think if you've been following me for a while, you understand that I train insurance agents to always put their prospect and their client's best interest first, because when you do good in the world gives you good back. And that's a principle that I'll live the rest of my life on. So before you sign any type of applications or paperwork with someone who's pitching these concepts that they just do not understand to you, reach out to me on any social media platform at VanMeter. I'm not that hard to find. Or text the number on the screen and I'll partner you with one of my agents that I personally trained who is focused on putting your best interest first rather than their own pocket bank. Like I said, I understand most of you are going to leave some type of financial burden behind, and you don't want to do that. You want to be someone who's remembered as someone who planned ahead and someone who cared enough about their family and friends and loved ones to protect them before the disaster strikes. Let's go ahead and plan for the vacation that we know we're going to take one day. So reach out to me, or once again, text the number on the screen and I'll partner you with an agent who's going to put your best interest first instead of their own bank account. Thanks for watching. Let's dive back into the video.
But honestly, man,
You're good. Like, you're mediocre or bad as someone else is phenomenal and great.
right, exactly. But like, honestly, I think most of the agents that have struggles in this business, you kind of know when you aren't doing your best. Like, you know when it's like, I have
Well, just ask
a
yourself
whole
a
lot
very
more.
easy question. Would I hire myself or would I fire myself right now?
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
simple.
And all I did, man, was just, I took the course, I took the stuff that was available in the course. I downloaded the scripts, I read those off. And most importantly, I just made a ton more phone calls. Just, hey, I got to make more phone calls. I got to get more people on the phone. I got to text more people. I have to put more time in. If that means that I'm making calls at 8 o'clock at night, then I'm making calls at 8 o'clock at night, whatever that looks like.
The boring work that has to get done.
100%, you have to do that. And when you put it in that mindset that this is going to work and it's going to work now.
Yep, that's my promise in my coaching program. This works if you do.
Absolutely. If you make up in your mind. Yeah, it's exciting.
And a ton of other people.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But what you were talking about with that skill proficiency, I read a study. It's like it takes on average 20 hours to develop some level of proficiency with a skill. But most people wait a year, 10 years, 20 years to even start the first hour because they expect to be good at something that they've never done before. It's that reoccurring pattern that keeps coming up. Expectations. I expect. Like, when you just start labeling your expectations as assumptions, you'll start changing more because it's more malleable. Let's listen to the language. This is the truth, or this is what I believe to be the truth. What do you think? You can feel the difference.
Yeah,
it's approachable. It's changeable. The other person, not receptive to feedback. It's just how it is. I'm telling you, no, it's not. 99% of what I think there's a 99% like non-success rate because it's that whole 8% thing. Like 7% of those people are just making enough to live. The 92% is 100,000 agents being replaced every year getting their insurance license that don't really ever do anything, or they sell one policy and it's not for them, or they have expectations and limitations on why this does or does not work. It's like, but it's truly the 1% who knows anything. So 99% of what you hear out there is just fictitious. It's made up. It's fairy dust. It's not real. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I would say, man, if I could give a word of advice to anybody who's kind of new like I am, you don't need to listen to every podcast and everybody's sales training and jump into everybody's class and all that. You need to find one, maybe two people, get all the information you can get out of them. And most importantly, it's easy to watch a class or a video such as the one that you're watching right now and kind of be like I was, like, oh, this is going to be easy. It is easy. It's not something that's mentally taxing, right? You start kind of counting the numbers and like, that guy doesn't seem that much smarter than me, right? I could do this. And that may be a fair assessment, but I want to tell you, man, just factor in, just get on the phones. Or if you're meeting in person, get to the homes, get to the people, get to as many people as fast as you possibly can. If you don't make a sale, on to the next one. If you can get that into your mindset, like, I'm just one more person away. I'm always one person away from making a huge difference in somebody's family. I am one person away from a massive commission check. Like, I'm just one person away. if you can keep that in your mind and just keep getting on the phone,
what you're
that's
doing
how you see
unconsciously right there is you're paying down the time tax of ignorance, because volume times time equals skill. How much activity, the volume you cram in a time frame, a period of time, will dictate how good you are at something. It's that simple. Volume times time equals skill.
Absolutely.
So,
and the better you can get skilled, the less time you'll need to spend to hit certain results.
exactly. You get the reward later, I promise you. Stop looking for instant gratification and the short wins that don't last. Justin, what would you tell somebody on the fence about like joining coaching program, even mine, whoever's out there? Like, what do you have to say about that?
I would say do it as fast as possible.
Okay, so when are we getting you into my main coaching program?
As soon as I can afford it, man. I'm coming on you soon.
All right, I'll reach out to you
yeah.
soon, man, because I'll make it work with what you got. I'll get you in here, and then we'll take what you're doing now, and we'll get you to that 300,000 a year.
Yeah, we're on it, man. I'm excited. Get in coaching as quickly as possible, because I think, honestly, man,
I've got a live sale made on YouTube.
yeah. All right.
Well, dude, Justin, I really appreciate this. I think you have a great perspective and outlook on this industry. I'm extremely proud of you, dude. Seriously. I'll give you the pat on the back. Keep being open-minded and keep focusing on the stuff that matters, dude, and you'll have everything that you want.
Absolutely. That's the plan, man. I appreciate you for doing what you do. Thank you for giving me a few minutes here on this platform. It's kind of a full circle moment for me, for sure.
Well, hey, dude, I'll keep reaching out to you and keep nurturing our relationship, man. It's just, I practice what I preach. You have a great day, man. I'll reach out to you.
All righty.
All right. Peace out, party people. Happy hustling. Make it a great day. Till next time. Bye.